All right, so I'm gonna make a beer can chicken. I've oiled this up with some olive oil. You could use any neutral oil as well. I'm using some Momofuku spicy salt. It is my salt of choice when roasting chicken, pork, even fish like striped bass on a grill or longer roast, not steaks. I don't like putting this on beef. I prefer to use the savory salt on just about everything else. I'm not putting butter because butter is not the best thing to sort of say brown a chicken because it has moisture in it, water. This is the second time I've ever made beer can chicken. I'm gonna make it with Athletic Brewing. There's no point in having, you don't need alcohol to make this dish. You just need, in my opinion, for somebody that's make it 2 times, I surely sound like an expert here. The first time looked really good. I cooked it for about 40 minutes at 400 degrees, looked beautiful. But when I cut into it, it was not, well, should I say, it was raw. So I'm gonna try to cook this a little bit longer, and this is a much smaller chicken. So what we have done is really change this chicken to a much smaller size. The chicken that I cooked the other day was literally Arnold Schwarzenegger size to Danny DeVito, and this is a Danny DeVito size bird. It's already happening, guys. So the problem is, this chicken is too small. It's like Goldilocks here. The rib cage, too small. It is a little too small, but it'll do. So it's 400 degrees. You gotta take out the top rack. Oh no! This is not working out. This chicken is way too small. Who got me a partridge? So what I'm going to have to do now is impale the chicken while it is carbonated, so I can really like jam it on in there. Now, try to open it in the bird. After some technical difficulties. So what I had to do here, since this bird is physically diminutive, how do you pronounce that? Diminutive, or just small, let's say small. And we're here, right? We're here, we're good now. This is turning into a Christopher Guest-like Best in Show like mockumentary of a beer can chicken, and it's not what I wanted. This is delicious. Let me tell you, I'm gonna pop this in the oven now. It's ready to go, 400 degrees for 45 minutes. Do not spill on me. Okay. All right, so I think that the beer can chicken is probably an ingenious way, because I think that the way it's cooking, it's going to be super moist because the beer itself will evaporate and keep the inside of the chicken moist. After it's been cooked, I'm gonna strain out the sauce. I'm gonna take a lot of the rendered fat and the souks, basically the chicken juices that have been caramelized, and I'm gonna turn that into a gravy, and we'll have a nice beer can chicken. Delicious. This thing's gonna take about, I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm gonna guess 45 minutes. 45 minutes for this bird. Maybe I'm wrong. More than likely I'm wrong. We'll see. I completely lied and gave you misinformation about the beer can chicken again. I started at 400 degrees for like 30 minutes, peaked in, definitely wasn't where it was when it needed to be. So it was going too brown, so I brought it down to 325 for another 30 minutes. And then that was too low, so I cranked it back up to 375, then to 400, 425, and it's currently at 475, and it's been cooking for 90 minutes. I'm gonna take it out now and hope that it's done. I don't use a meat thermometer. I should, but I don't because I'm stupid. Oh, it's hot. Like a show car. So small and so cute. And I still impaled it. I'm gonna let that sit and do its thing because it's very hot. I'm gonna let it sit for about 20, 30 minutes. So this cooked for 90 minutes at like 15 different temperatures. But I think that it's done. It's still producing steam, the can itself. So it's too hot to remove from the can. So I'm gonna punish the chicken more. That is good. That is good. It's so tight. Woo! That is hot. Hot. Well, I am happy to say it is not dead raw like the time I just made a couple days ago. So I am going to plate the sucker. I'm gonna take some of that beer and spill it into the roasting pan. This is how you know we really cook without any bullshit help or editing lies. Most TV shows would have this beautiful mound of cut butter. We do it how you really do it at home, right? Isn't that how you store your butter at home? All of these souks, right? That's what you learn in culinary school. That is all the delicious juices that have been caramelized. I would probably not have to re-season this at all because of all the drippings that came from the chicken itself. Honestly, the main reason to do this is because it's a lazy man's way of cleaning your pan. Do I really want to make a sauce for something that doesn't eat it? The answer is no. But the kind of cooking I like to do is an easy way. It's easy to clean this because like if I don't do this, then the pan gets cold. It's harder to come off when it's in the sink, and I'm just cursing to myself while I clean this thing. You have to think this is an extra step of showing love for feeding your family, but in actuality, it's an extra step of being super, super lazy. So this is like a marvelous way of cooking. By being lazy, I get an extra sort of component of a dish. I could have started a roux. I could have done that in the microwave any day. I could have done it in a pan and then added this and made a proper gravy. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go One, like super lazy, very bad technique, but you know, it is what it is. From the beer itself, even if it was wine, I don't need the alcohol. You really don't taste alcohol, because guess what? By the time it's served, it's all cooked off anyway. What I want is flavor, a little bit of the bitterness from the hops, a little bit of the sweetness, and it makes a wonderful pan sauce. I had a cornstarch. I didn't make a slurry either. Everything about this is the wrong way to make something. It's not what they teach you to do. I don't see any lumps. Any lumps are intentional because of the bits and pieces of chicken. So I don't need to make the extra step of actually making a slurry. It's also one reason why if you had Wondra flour, it's a magical flour, because it's a deionized flour, so it is, it doesn't stick. It doesn't get lumpy. And look, clean pan for the most part. Beer can chicken, or in an ode homage to our good friend Massimo Tura, the chicken that was trying to be a quail. Beer can chicken made white meat taste good. Very good. Holy shit. Aye. I've never seen a beer pan sauce before in my life. But this, we're gonna stop filming. Crew's gonna taste this, because it is extraordinarily good. Who knew quail could taste so good?